Hey there, welcome to the Coffee and Technology Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Castellano. I'm here with my co-host, Norbert Niederhauser. In today's episode, we speak with Ibrahim Al Mallouhi. Ibrahim is the founder of the Espresso Lab in Dubai. Ibrahim has become a leader of specialty coffee in the Middle East and has been an advocate for technology's role in the coffee industry. Ibrahim tells his story of growing a successful roastery and cafe in Dubai, the importance that tech has had on his business, and the responsibility he has taken as a leader of specialty coffee in the Middle East. Hope you enjoy.
All right, Norbert, man, we're back at it here around the world. I'm in rainy Colombia. You're in North America, and now we have a guest from the Middle East. It's exciting.
Yes, super exciting, Nick. And we have Ibrahim here from the Emirates, and so we're all around the globe connected by coffee, and that's one of the topics we talk about, of course. So welcome, Ibrahim.
Thank you so much, guys. Such a pleasure and honor to be in this podcast with you. And I'm very excited to move forward with the questions and to have this conversation.
Yeah, we would like to learn more about you, about your coffee experience, and I know you come from a very different background. So if you could just jump in a little bit, talk about your life and how you came into coffee.
So let's talk about the experience. Of course, like everyone know that I started the coffee journey when I was a kid with my grandmother, and this is like an excitement moment when I was a child. But one thing to add about our childhood, especially in the Emirates, coffee is part of our culture. Like when we greet the guest, we always serve them the coffee. Even in our coin, which is the Arab Emirate dirham, we have we call something called dalla. Dalla is the thing that we serve coffee to the guest.
Okay.
So coffee part of the culture. Alhamdulillah, I finished my study. I studied in UK. I did my bachelor's degree in computer science. And the love of coffee was there. It was always there. I started my first job in 2002. And the first day at work, when I sat behind the desk, like the computer, like not like our new computer, like back in the day, we used to have something called Dell. It was a very nice laptop. It's very heavy. It's like you're carrying something around 5 kilograms going to the gym. Anyway, then I sat in the office. Then I said, no, I don't belong here. I have to do my own things. But I did not know from where to start. Like I was clueless. Yes, I love the coffee, but the moment I sat behind the work and yes, I was getting the salary. The salary was a lot, alhamdulillah. I was happy, but inside me I was like, no, I have to do something. But I did not know what to do. So I was very, let's say, looking for something and maybe something that guide me with me, like doing your own project. It's always about when you work for your own self, it's like you're paying the salary and you're investing in yourself and waiting for someone to give you the salary of the day. It's not me. It's not me. Anyway, so I said, okay, what to do? But I did not find the answer till 2004. In 2004, the country established something called by our leaders, Hussein Sheikh Mohammed, for the youth to establish their own business, where you go and you sit with them and start your own business. Then an idea came to me and said, okay, why don't open a coffee shop? Because I love coffee. And I love coffee, so let me open a coffee shop. I prepare my documentation. They asked me for so many questions. Some of the questions I didn't know how to answer them because I did not have any background. But all I know that I love coffee. I'm in love with coffee. I submitted the application. It was rejected. I said, okay, it's fine. Rejected. Okay, maybe there is some reasons. I need to find something else. Then I started information security company because I love security, and this was the field that I was working on. So I created a company. I called it M-Unit. I still remember the excitement and the joy when I did my first project and I get my first check.
Yeah.
You know, like when you do a project and you get your first check.
Yeah.
I was like in cloud nine. I was
That's
so happy.
amazing.
I was, oh man, I own the world. Anyway,
Mhm.
it's,
Yep.
I continued in Munich for additional like around like 2 years. And the second year, I asked myself, if this is what I really want? I said no. So the unit was like I was doing it as a part-time. So I still was working for the where I used to work in the telecom communication. Then I said, okay, I need to see where is my passion.
Mhm.
Till 2006, I was in New York. So I was with my family. So she went to a coffee shop. She wanted to sit. They said, no, we cannot serve you coffee because it's lunchtime. And she was very upset.
Mhm.
I said, okay. I know to make her happy, she need to drink cappuccino. So I said, okay, let me drink cappuccino with you somewhere. Then I saw like this small, tiny place in New York, very tiny, but like the line was huge. Then we
Mhm.
stand in the line. We reached the cashier. I said, I need 2 cappuccino. She said, you don't drink cappuccino, like you only drink black coffee. I said, just to make you happy. I took the cappuccino. It was amazing. I said, wow, it was full of fruit. Like it's like you're drinking
Mhm.
cocktail juice. Then I asked
Mhm.
the guy that was working there. I did not know that he's the barista at that moment. So anyway, I asked the barista, what's this? He said, this is specialty coffee. And I said, what's specialty coffee? He said, just Google it. So anyway, then I said, okay, how to start? How to start? Then I said, okay, to start, I need to research about specialty coffee. I
Mhm.
did some research. Then I found that like, and especially in United States, there is a lot of places for specialty coffee. And they have some school, and they were like very far advanced in the specialty coffee. I said, okay, this is where I have to start. So I started going
Mhm.
to jumping from one coffee shop to another coffee shop. I did the road trip. I did the road trip from LA to Washington, DC.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Yes, I visited so many coffee shops. I did another trip from San Diego till Seattle.
Mhm. Perfect. Yes.
Then I know, okay, I know what I want. Halas. I
Mhm.
want to open my own coffee shop, but it will be specialty coffee. What to do next? Okay, I need to study the like how to be a barista. Then I applied for a school called uh, American Barista Schools. It was in Portland, so I did the course with them. Then I applied for SCA, Specialty Coffee Association, but it was different name back in the day. Then I said I need to visit a farm. I still did not open any coffee shop. So I said, okay, where to visit a farm? I said, oh, I'll go to Vietnam. Vietnam because they produce Robusta. So I need to know
Mhm.
why people don't drink Robusta. So I need to understand it to be able to explain to the people in the future. So I went to
Mhm.
Vietnam. I visited a couple of farms. Then I went also to Ethiopia. I visited a couple of
Mhm.
farms. Then I said, okay, I know how to start now. Everything's clear. Then I said, okay, to apply it, I need to have some business background. Then I applied for an MBA in London,
Mhm.
in City of London University, CAS Business School. I went there. I did my executive MBA, my advanced project, research project about the Espresso Lab. I created everything.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm ready to open. I came back to Dubai.
Mhm.
I applied to a place called Dubai Design District in
Mhm.
2004, in May 2004. I submitted my application. I said, I want to open a coffee shop, and this is my portfolio, and this is what the coffee shop will look like. They rejected the application. Okay, I was sad, but I said, okay, there is a reason about it, but you have to do it. So my advice here, especially for anyone
Mhm.
who's opening his own business, even if you get rejection, always look at the bright side. There is a reason behind it.
Mhm.
Maybe you'll know it
Mhm.
now or in the future. By that time, by May 2014, like I was very well known in our community. Like I was
Mhm.
very well known, like I'm the coffee guy because I
Mm.
used the social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter
Mhm.
to write about specialty coffee, visiting different countries, and I was extremely happy that you see like some of the country they are very advanced in this. But at the same times, I was excited because I knew that the Espresso Lab will lead this
Yeah.
uh, lead of the specialty coffee in this region. I was happy about it
Mhm.
because no one's thought that there'll be like a big demand in this market.
Mhm.
Then one day, some my friend called me. He said, "Oh, I have my cousin. She has an issue in her place and she needs someone to help her. Then I went to find this small villa in Jumeirah, and she had like small place like where she served coffee. The moment I look at the place, I said, "Wow!" I told her, "Listen, I'll take the place from you. I will not pay rent, but I'll pay you 40% net profit. Just give me the place. I'll give you 40% net profit. I'll take it for 3 years." She said, 40% net profit? I said, yes, 40% net profit. Then she said, okay, but you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, like certain like rules. I said, okay, immediately, like we signed an MOU in front of her. By May 2015, voila, the Espresso Lab was ready. We start serving coffee. Everyone was happy. I'll just take you few months before I opened. Before I opened, okay, I did not know from where to get the coffee. I was like, let's say, very not scared, but because I really want to open specialty coffee with something really nice. But I did not know from where to start. And I was in Seattle. I attended the World of Coffee event in Seattle. Then I visited Cafe Import. Then I went to the Cafe Import. Then I flew to Chicago. Then I drove to Wisconsin to their headquarters. I did some cupping there. Then I told them, okay, send me the like Excel sheet with the prices to know what to select. They sent me the Excel sheet with the prices, but I don't know how to choose the coffee. Yes, like I learned how to cup, but how to choose, what to choose, I was very like I don't know what to do. Then I did something maybe smart, maybe stupid. Anyway, I did the sorting in the Excel sheet by price. Expensive to low. Then I said, okay, I need to serve around 3 kg per day. So I calculated like for the whole year, I need around like 1.4, 1.5 ton, which will help me to survive. Next year, I'll purchase another batch. Then I did the selection: Ethiopia, Brazil, Colombia, Indonesia. What else? It was Ethiopia, Rwanda, Kenya. Like I select all of them. I placed the order. The order arrived. I kept it in my house. Then I said, okay, where to roast? I don't have a roasters. Then I found, I said, okay, why I don't rent a roaster? I rent a roaster from someone. Then I went to Specialty Batch where they were very helpful, and I thanked them for this. So we roasted our coffee there in the beginning, and I used Cropsters. This is where I started using Cropsters back in the day.
Oh yeah, cool.
So I did not know, like I was like, okay, so because I brought the coffee and they did not know have a profile. So I asked Cafe Import, can you send me some profile how to roast the coffee? Because yes, because I need to roast the coffee, I need to manage the coffee shop, I need to hire their staff, but I need something as a baseline to roast my coffee. So they said, okay, but we don't have a profile and Cropsters for this, but we can give you some profile and Cropsters for some of the Ethiopian coffee, or some for Colombian, or some Kenya or Rwanda. It might help you to help you how to roast the coffee. I said, okay, this is what I need. We use Cropsters. I put all the information on Cropsters. Specialty Batch, Ryan was very helpful to give us his machine, and we used to pay him like a certain amount of fees to roast the coffee. We roast the coffee there. Was happy. If you ask me, like, were you happy like with the roast profile at that time? If you ask me, yes. But I knew that there are coffee that has a lot of potential. But with me, like, I did not have like the know-how how to push it more. So I was playing safe. Alhamdulillah, I was happy. Then every time like I want to roast something, I used to load the same profile and roast the coffee. Then I did some adjustment. Then I said, okay, this is for Ethiopia, the Espresso Lab. Rwanda, the Espresso Lab. And every time I bring Ethiopia, like I use the same profile.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. because if everything.
Yeah, but that's how you
But this is how I start. Like
maybe, yeah.
I will not say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I started like I'm perfect." No one is perfect. You learn step by step.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then, alhamdulillah, the business did very well. Then, after 2 years, like 1 year and a half, the lady she saw that there's a big play, like the Espresso Lab became very famous, and so many people coming to the villa, and she said,
Mm-hmm.
I need to have the place for myself. Then she asked me to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Then I told her, we have a contract. She said, no, you have to leave. I said, what about the contract? She said, you have to leave. I said, okay. Then, alhamdulillah, Dubai Design District contacted me. They said,
Mm-hmm.
we want you to open it there.
Oh, cool.
I was happy. I said, wow, this is amazing. Anyway, I went there. I saw the place. I saw the area. I was happy. And I said, okay, I need to have this location. They said, sorry, we cannot give you this because this is already booked for another one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, no, I cannot. All the places they showed me, it was really nice, but some of them, they were like very, very big. But that the current location of the Espresso Lab, which we currently like open serving the coffee now, it was the perfect location for me. And I liked it because it have like direct access to the sun, and outside, like it's a small place, hidden gem, but in a very nice area. Then they said no. Then I said, okay, if you don't give me this location, I will not open. I took a risk. I took a big risk.
Yeah, gamble.
Yes, gamble. Then I said to myself, I remember like I was reading a book of 48 Rules of Power. So I remember the story for Christopher Columbus when he wanted to discover America. So he went to the Queen. First of all, he sold everything that he had, everything. Then he bought like the best dress, the best perfume. Then he went to her and he said, I will discover America, but you have to give me this. So he took a big risk. So when I remember that story, so I did the same thing. I said, okay, either this or nothing. Then they came back to me after 2 weeks. They said, okay, we'll give you the place. Then I said, okay, I need a free rent for 6 months. They said, no, we cannot give you this. I said, no, you have to give me free rent for 6 months. And then I need a grace period to open my, like, to do like the fit out. They said, no, we cannot do it. I said, no, you have to give me this. Finally, they agreed. Then, alhamdulillah, by October 2017, we opened our location there. Alhamdulillah, I was very happy. But the concern when I opened there was, okay, we should have our own roasting facility. I cannot keep like renting someone machine like to roast the coffee. Then I opened then I bought my own Gießen. Then I start like buying, like I was very, let's say, advanced how to purchase the coffee directly from the farmer. Then I became like, thanks to William Poot also, he helped me a lot. I did some course with him, 1-to-1, how to roast the coffee in Gießen, how to use Cropsters. And so he started teaching me like the tricks, how to use Cropsters and manipulating like Cropsters for each coffee, for each profile. And you start like learning all of these tricks. So
yeah,
I said, okay, this is what I need.
Enjoying this episode of the Coffee and Technology podcast? This podcast would not be possible without the support of Cropster. Whether it's tracking harvest yields, roastery and inventory management, or simply tracking brew recipes, Cropster Origin, Cropster Roast, and Cropster Cafe can help you streamline your workflows and help you operate more efficiently.
This is super cool. This is very, very exciting. So I see you always took quite some risks.
Yes.
I think it's also when you said, well, you applied.
Yes.
That is taking a risk.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out the first time. Well, it worked out later. But I know that you also took risks on pricing.
Yes.
When you priced your first espresso, can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay.
Because I think it would be very interesting.
Okay, so what I did is when I purchased the coffee, and alhamdulillah, I think is maybe I think alhamdulillah I'm lucky. I'm happy that I did my executive MBA. What I learned about the executive MBA, like you need to understand is how to price the coffee in all aspects. Because you know that, okay, this is the price of the green bean. I purchased the green bean in this price. And this is how much I should sell the coffee. And when you roast the coffee, there is a wastage. So when you calculate all of this and put it in an Excel sheet, you can manipulate how much your profit margin, how much your revenue from each coffee. Then I said, okay, I remember like when I bought the coffee from Cafe on Port, most of the prices per kg around like $18 to $25 per kg. Then I said, okay, now I'll bring this coffee to the country. How much I should serve it? Back in the day, if you go to any place to drink coffee, they'll serve you the coffee for 11 dirham, 12 dirham maximum. In dollar, it will be maybe around, so 1 dirham equal to $3.67. So it will be around like $2.5,
$2.50,
yeah,
exactly.
something like this. Then I said no. And then I start remembering, okay, there'll be like some inflation in the market, the price will go up, blah, blah, blah. I put all this calculation. Then I said, okay, to be able to gain the best profit from my coffee, I should serve the espresso by 20 dirham. Milk
But it's
base,
double,
yes,
basically.
it's double the price. And I said, okay, I'll serve it double. Milk base, I'll serve it for around like 24 or 25. And the market, they used to do the milk base for 14 dirham. So I was always double. Black coffee, which is brewed coffee, I serve it for 42. If you go back in the day to drink brewed coffee, they don't have anything called brewed coffee. So let's say I was the base for setting the prices in United Arab Emirates. Like as and I said, okay, I'll be the benchmark. If someone wants to open anything after me, they have to follow this pricing model. Or to stick these prices, either they go up or they go like below me, but not like very, very low.
How did the customers react to that? So that you come in at such a high price, but what happened?
What? Espresso for 20 dirhams? I will not drink. They leave. Or some of them, we don't serve sugar, by the way. They want to drink coffee with sugar. We don't have sugars. What? We don't do espresso to go. You have to drink the espresso. You have to drink it in the coffee shop. Or sometimes they come to drink espresso with ice. No. Anyway,
you set the rules.
We set the rules, and everyone like, man, this guy is crazy. You'll not make money. I said, don't worry, I'll make money. I told them, if you don't want to drink, there is someone else who will drink. So anyway, yes.
So then, what changed in the Middle East? Like from when you started, people weren't so happy about paying what essentially is like $5 for espresso, and now, I mean, well, now I'm sure you're selling a lot of that because you're buying still really high quality coffees and you're going through them. And what changed with the consumers in Dubai?
So I want to say something before what changed. I would like to thank Colombian coffee. Really, okay. I would like to thank Colombian coffee. Colombian coffee helped me a lot. Helped me dramatically a lot in the coffee in the Espresso Lab.
Okay.
Because I remember like when they used to serve Colombian coffee, everyone was crazy about it. Like the moment they see Colombian the Espresso Lab, oh, that coffee was like the best selling coffee. Everyone was crazy about it. Alhamdulillah, I was happy. So what changed now is when they go to the coffee shop, the customers been educated a lot. They're very aware. And alhamdulillah, this is what they say. We try to educate the customer and teach them about specialty coffee, different origin from the countries, different variety of the coffee, and understanding the process of each coffee. So now when they go to the coffee shop, if they see like in the menu, let's say espresso for 31, or espresso for 65 dirham, or espresso for 85, or espresso for 120, they will pay it. The best example, the coffee from Guatemala, which we just won. We're planning to serve it in filter and brewed coffee and in espresso and milk based. for around
Mhm.
85 dirham. People will buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will buy it because they know that the amount of work done in that coffee, starting from
Mhm.
the farmer till they got it here to drink it in the
Yeah.
coffee shop. So this, I think, help them to be aware of what's happening in the coffee industry. And also, at the same time, they start learning, let's say, about what you call it is, I don't want to go into that story of infused coffee, but they
Mhm.
became very educated. So now when you give them a
Mhm.
coffee, and if they drink the coffee, and if the coffee tastes, let's say, like full of, let's say, tropical fruit, like strawberry, like very,
Mhm.
very, they immediately they know that this is not a coffee. They know that this is infused coffee. Like they
Mhm.
became like very educated to that extent. If you give
Yeah.
them some
Excellent.
fermented
Mhm.
coffee, they immediately will tell you,
Mhm.
okay, this coffee is very fermented,
Mhm. Mhm.
so we cannot drink it.
How did that education happen? Did you do courses? Did you do cuppings? Did you? I don't know.
So
How were you able to?
actually,
Because that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
yes.
Educating
So I
consumers.
think what we have, like we have a philosophy in the Espresso Lab. Number one, every time
Mhm.
you come to the cashier, we spend a good time with you. Like when you go to
Mhm.
the Espresso Lab, it's about experience. You're coming to
Mhm.
enjoy the experience of drinking coffee. So we spend a lot of
Mhm.
time with the customer themselves to teach them about the coffee and every single thing. The
Mhm.
second thing, we used a lot on Instagram. So our
Mhm.
people like a lot on Instagram, and they like to read. They read a
Mhm.
lot. So every post we write, we like to read, like we write like a big post so they can
Mhm.
learn about it. But number three, they don't like to do cupping. If you tell them, okay,
Mhm.
let's do cupping, they said, no, 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 we don't want to
Yeah.
do cupping. If you bring someone from outside the country to do like some speech to them, they are not interested. They just want to come.
Mhm.
You explain the coffee to them one by one, and they will drink it.
Mhm.
And we make sure also that whenever the place is busy, let's say I ask, like, let's say the head barista to spend some time with the customers to teach them about the coffee. So this is what they like.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, it worked.
So yeah. Excellent. No, congratulations.
Yeah,
This is a lot of risk you
yeah,
took and a lot of energy.
yeah.
So I think what you said, you love coffee. You must love coffee to do that. Otherwise, there's no way to get this done. How did the market change from that point on? I mean, you have introduced something new, something special, truly special, and something which wasn't in the heads of people. Is there a
So
lot of followers now?
yes.
What's
So the way
what's
that I looked at the market when I started the Espresso Lab, I said, okay,
Mhm.
if I want to succeed in this market and in our region, especially like the Arab region, because with us, we drink coffee in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Like we have coffee shop, like they open till 1 a.m. And
Oh wow,
this is our habit here, like because they like to
it's like
socialize, they like to
Las
drink coffee.
Vegas.
Yes, yes. This is important to them. So I said, okay, if I want to create like to conquer this market and lead the market, I have to create something new. And
Mhm.
the only way to do it, you have to look at three important things. You have to look at process, technology, people.
Mm.
But before all of that, how to enter the market. So you have to create your own blue ocean. You have to create your own
Mhm.
blue ocean where you can
Yeah.
excel in that ocean without anyone competing with you. Because
Mhm.
خلاص, you set the market, you are leading the market, and if anyone want to enter in the same way that you enter the market, it will be extremely difficult for them
Yeah.
because you already set the benchmark. So you are already leading the market in that angle.
Mhm.
But also
Mhm.
for us, this is where it's very challenging. We have to work
Mhm.
really hard in ourselves. And this is
Mm.
why I want to go back to the same thing, which is process, technology, and people. And all of them, they have to work
Mhm.
like in an ecosystem. Like they have to work with each other. When it comes to
Yeah.
process, you apply the right process and the team, how to purchase like the coffee, how to evaluate the coffee, and to make sure that you have like a lot of Q graders in your roastery. Like alhamdulillah, we have 5 Q graders in our Espresso Lab.
So you always, I mean, you always have to stay ahead, right?
Always,
So
you always
constantly
yes.
evolve, you constantly innovate. How does that innovation look? Well, like what's the next, or what's the current new thing?
So the next always like as I said in the technology, and the technology like you have to innovate in the technology, and to innovate in the technology because let's say we are a roasters and we have a retail place, we work directly with the farmer. When it comes to technology, you have to work with the right people who always innovate in that angle. Like an example, like when you look at Cropsters, why we like Cropsters? It's a really nice tool. It's an amazing tool. It's an amazing technology that you can use it in the roasting, but also you can use it to know our stock of the coffee, and you can use it as a point of sales in your coffee shop. So it has a lot of data. So you have to you have to utilize the data inside it. It's all about data. So this is what I liked about Cropsters, for example. When it comes to another technology, let's say some of the new innovation roasting machine, like Royce and all of them, like they work a lot and they push themselves. Another innovation which we're currently working something in the coffee experience to the customer. I cannot disclose it because now we did a patent for it.
Of course.
We invented the new thing. We invented with my team something very nice. Something that it will change the way that you drink coffee.
Excellent.
And
when will you launch?
We are currently in the innovating now, creating like the patent for this. All this it will take time, but inshallah, I think it might take 3 to 4 months. It will be ready by November, I think. But I'll make sure that you guys will be having the first to see it before anyone else.
Nice.
Excellent.
I promise.
Yeah, very curious.
Yes.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is when it comes to innovation. You have to work a lot. What else we do is we work very closely with our farmers. Like for example, next week I'll be traveling to Ecuador. I'll be joining Best of Panama for as a guest judge, and this is something very nice. And yeah, we have to make sure that we are visiting our farmers on a yearly basis, twice a year, 3 times a year.
Nick will be in Panama, so
you'll be in Panama.
There. I'll be there. Yes.
I will see you there.
Oh yeah, we'll see you there.
I'll make sure to bring you something from I'll make sure to bring you that thing.
As will I.
Yes.
No, it's awesome. So I'm thinking what I find really interesting about you, Ibrahim, is that you obviously come from a cybersecurity background, like tech background, and I see this a lot in Norbert. But whenever I talk to someone with like a tech background, there's like a very structured and logical way of thinking and going about different situations and projects and whatnot. And you bring that to coffee. When I think of coffee, I think coffee is more of like this very creative space, very I wouldn't say abstract, but it's very like it's very creative and not all the time usually like very structured and whatnot. And I think the industry like there now, but like what does it mean for you? Like how has that been a part of like creating such a successful business in the Middle East? I mean, it's very different,
It's a very wide questions, but to know the answer is I would like always I'm very grateful for the experience in the cybersecurity. I learned a lot, especially like I used to be the vice president for the cybersecurity department, the operations center, and the security operations center. Like when you sit there, you're sitting like behind the machine and behind the laptop. Someone trying to penetrate the network, trying to come into your network, and you try to prevent them and you need like to write some codes. You need to look into for security vulnerabilities, all of this to prevent your network. But when it comes to the management, you need to give them the report in a very infographic way that they can understand it. Because like it's so many like lot of information, but you need to summarize it in a very nice, simple word that they can understand. And this is the same thing with the coffee. When you look at the coffee, it's really complex, like a lot of variable, like a lot of, it's like you are behind the operation center. So the best example, when you look at the tree, for example, geisha, the geisha tree, it's very like tree that very like fragile. Like if something happened to it, it will break. If something it attack it, so you need to prevent it. You need to find the right way to prevent it. And when you harvest the bean, you have to take care of them, how to process them, and you have to make sure the environment is very perfect till you serve it to the customer. And for us, the customers is our, let's say, call them like the CEO or chief operation officer. We give them the final product, but in a very simple way. They can understand it. It's like music to their ear.
Yeah.
So when you give them,
that's beautifully said.
Yes.
I love it.
When you give them the tasting note and you share everything, but you try to simplify it in less than 1 minute. So they said, okay, thank you. Lasted. When they drink it, of course they will enjoy it, alhamdulillah. But after like you sit end of the day, you said, okay, I did my job and I achieved my objective to serve the best thing, and I try to simplify it in the best way.
Yeah, it's wonderful. That's very good. Ibrahim, you just bought something very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it? Because I heard you have a wonderful coffee coming.
So we have so many things. What else?
Yes.
We have a lot of coffee coming from this year from Panama. Panama is I love Panama. Panama coffee for me it's something very nice, and it's like a must to have in your let's say the offering list of the customer. I like all the farmers in Panama. I respect all of them. I work with all of them. But there is like one farmer I'm extremely happy, and I'm very like I'm full of joy that I work with that farmer. All of them, I love them, all of them. But this farmer in particular, his coffee is like listening to an opera. Justin from Longbourn, his coffee. Sometimes I look like I'm speechless how to describe his coffee, because the moment you drink his coffee, you go into like you go to another place. You don't know where it is, but the amount of joy in drinking his coffee, it's really nice. It's like it like when I see in Panama, I'll let you try. I'll try to bring you some of his coffee to understand what how the experience of drinking his coffee. And only he produced like small amount. He don't produce a lot.
That what makes specialty coffee so interesting and so different from just coffee, right? It is this very, very personal experience, and it really touches people's souls, I would say, and makes your day not only, it's not only the caffeine part of the coffee, which everybody knows who drinks or drank coffee in the past, but it's beyond that. And if you then go the next step and know the farmer and have this personal relationship, I mean, the magic happens.
Yes.
So to me, that is still I'm in this business. It's the longest I've been in any business, really. As the coffee industry is just a wonderful place to be, specialty coffee industry specifically.
Same thing with when it comes to Colombia. And Colombia have the same feeling. It's like, even like if you look at the coffee industry, look at the farmers, everyone is unique in what they are doing. Everyone is unique. Everyone like very unique. And in Colombia, there is 2 farmers, even that I truly like. I'm extremely happy to work with them. I'm happy, like I'm getting their coffee. One of them is Cafe Granza Esperanza, and the second one, which is Enclada. And Enclada, yes, everyone like excited and crazy about ignore this. But what they are missing. Yes, and I'm glad that they have ignored this, but they have other coffee, which is by far super sweet coffee. If people like are crazy about ignore this, they should be crazy about Lorena. The Lorena coffee from them. And by the way, we serve it in espresso. We don't serve it in filter. Like all of these, all of the coffee that I'm telling you, we serve it in espresso.
Okay.
Yeah.
The moment you drink it, it shows you that the amount of work done in that cup by itself. Cafe Granza, it's my favorite coffee from them is their XO process. It's for brewed coffee. It's something like, mashallah. And this is why, this is the beauty of this industry. Everyone do things by themselves, but you appreciate the amount of work done in this. And again, alhamdulillah, I'm very happy this year. We managed to secure a lot of coffee from all over the world, and we purchased a lot of things. But why I'm happy? Because we can serve this coffee to the customer. And yes, I know that people talk about us always buy very expensive coffee, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but we don't buy it to resell the coffee. We don't buy it to keep it for ourselves. We share it with ourselves. We share it with the customers. We share it to our wholesale customers. And by the way, maybe this is the first time I mentioned this, but any competitor, they want to use our coffee, do you know that we give it to them for free?
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah,
Wow.
super cool.
I should not mention this, but because of me, coffee, it's something that you want to share it with them. Some people cannot afford to buy this coffee, but with me, I'm happy to give them this coffee because I'm happy that they can use it to compete. I'm happy that they use it because they believe in that particular coffee from that particular farm, because they believe in that coffee. And this is about sharing the knowledge, sharing the experience. And like when I buy coffee, like I know maybe sometimes it's very expensive, but you cannot say it's expensive. That's it. Okay, I have to sell it to gain this much. No. Sometimes you have to share it with other people to use it, to be able to drink it and enjoy it. And this is what we have to give back to the community.
It's like you can't put a price on experience sometimes.
Yes. But when you see like the smile and the customer drinking that coffee, you feel happy. When you see the smile of the competitor, oh, he bought that coffee from you, and he's like, or he took that coffee from you, and he competed in it like without paying any money, and the world stage, he will be happy. Even if he did not win, he's happy that he managed to present a farm that he cannot travel to, he cannot visit it.
No, excellent. That's exactly sharing the love, right? And sharing it also with people who don't know, and educating them, but also with people who know and appreciate it. And I think that's what you do with these competitors. They know exactly what they have in their hands.
Yes.
And that makes it also so interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So they appreciate it.
Ibrahim, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you to you guys.
Learned a lot about what you're doing.
I'll be seeing you in Panama.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see you, and I will show you that thing that I'm working on.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very exciting. Yeah, thank you so much.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Coffee and Technology Podcast. To learn more about Cropster, subscribe to this podcast and follow us on social media. For more educational content, visit cropster.com/learn.